Planning and Development Committee meeting for March 18th, 2024. Councilor Andrews.
Here.
Gwaltney.
Here.
Wolford. Sims.
Here.
And Nelms.
Here.
All right, you got 4.
Okay, thanks everybody. I'll begin with a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes from our last meeting, February 19th, 2024. All right, Gwaltney, second from Sims. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes 4-0. All right, new business. We are going to jump around to the second, no old business, and so new business, we're going to jump to the second item under new business, 040324. Public hearing set for April 22nd, 2023 at 6 for consideration of an amendment to the final development plan for Samford University, 800 Lakeshore Drive, to permit the proposed construction of a new 3-story addition to the existing north parking deck that would expand the current structure and add an additional 550 parking spaces as a means to accommodate the university's on-campus parking needs. We heard this at the Planning Commission, and we voted 5-0 for a favorable recommendation. Okay. And whoever speaks, if y'all will sign in and take it away.
Your name, sir. Caleb Martin. All right, thank you. So, hello.
Hi.
Back in front of you again, I guess. So, been here several times over the last couple months for dorm projects and those types of things. We're coming now with the final development plan for the north parking deck. This will be located on the kind of the northwestern side of the quad, where Montague kind of circles the main campus there. This is an addition to the existing parking deck facility, that was previously approved some years ago. Configuration that we would like to, use for this addition. Slightly different than what was previously approved. We've rotated it to accommodate the existing, arts loft building to remain in place. So this is an addition to existing already approved parking deck. The height of this structure is going to be very comparable, actually a little bit shorter than the existing. Yeah, there we go. The existing structure. Whereas the existing has the ramps and the tower on top, this one is level, so that it doesn't go up and down, just kind of one flat grade for the stories. One of the, it's been identified by the neighbors that lighting has been a concern. We hope to address that. We have here a photometric study that I can share with you. This study shows that, well, we've done quite a bit of studying actually. We've studied the light emittance, and which is what this shows, and how it impacts the surrounding neighborhood, as well as the parking deck itself. Through that study, we've identified that light does not illuminate the surrounding. What is, the concern, it seems, is the glare from the lights itself. We've been out at night. We've done these photometric studies. It doesn't seem as though light from the parking deck is actually making it to the surroundings. I think the main concern is just being able to see those lights and their source from the existing parking deck. So one thing that we've identified is the existing parking deck shows multi-directional lights, kind of the old school, just throws light in every direction. What has been done since in some of the lower areas is more of a directional light, which shines light directly down on the ground and doesn't show it, broadcast it in all directions. What we intend to do is retrofit the existing structure with these type heads and use the same on the proposed. So containing that light, the source of that light as much as we can.
And I just want to point out that was a proffer that was made. That's part of what we approved. Okay, that's what we approved at the Planning Commission.
Yeah, so the ordinance says that the owner shall provide directional lighting
on the upper levels of both the existing and proposed additions to the north parking deck. And 2, submission of a photometric lighting plan to address the ongoing distribution of light at the campus property line to be approved by the building inspection department prior to the issuance of permits.
And I assume all those lights are gonna be LED at this point?
I believe so, yes. We have a few cut sheets here that show the exact model of light we intend to use, as well as the existing light luminaire that they're using now.
And you also talked about the light, that it would be triggered, you know, in someone's presence. It was not on 24/7. It's only when someone's present.
Correct. So there is a function to where, you know, after 20 seconds, if nobody's moving around on the deck, there's a dimmer function where it lowers that light admittance to 30% of full capacity.
So is that the dim setting
So
that you're seeing from
what
the
you're
Samford?
seeing here is the existing photometrics study. So that's what you're seeing out there today. What we intend on do is, like I said, concentrate that light more so on the deck than even what this is showing.
So this one doesn't have the dimmer option, or is the dimmer option
No.
there today?
No, I think this is just exactly.
This is this shows the light emitted
That's
from the
next
old
to
school,
that. Okay.
throwing it in all directions luminaire. So like I said, the new function is intended to direct that light specifically.
And so you're adding that whole other side to what's currently there?
Correct. So the existing structure ends right here. Like I said, this was back some years ago. It was already approved already to extend this, but I think at that point the arts loft was intended to go away. And in this rendition, we would like to preserve the art loft as it is. So we've rotated it slightly so it's actually behind the arts loft, I guess when viewing it from the neighborhood.
And how many additional spaces is this gonna have?
So 550 is our target, and that's where we intend to be on.
And already currently, the current decks, is it about the same amount?
I think it's a little bit less.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit more than what we propose here.
Okay, so it'll ultimately, there'll probably be about 1,000 spaces. or a
Correct, I
little
think
more.
there was 1,050,
50.
something like
Okay.
that.
And the new
spots.
dorm is 550 beds.
Yeah.
Correct. And to that point, with the amount of dorms that we're building on Samford's campus now, theoretically, it's intended to reduce the amount of traffic going on and off campus. You know, some kids are living on campus, they're not getting in their cars every day. So theoretically, less parking spots needed. So working it from both angles.
Is this lighting for the new deck only, or is it part of a transition plan for the existing as well?
He said, I think it's gonna be a
This-
whole-
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
It will be both.
Okay, it will be both, okay.
The study shown here is only the existing deck. We intend, like I said, we're retrofitting that with the new
You are
heads.
retrofitting, I'm sorry, I missed that.
No
That answers it.
problem, no
Thanks.
problem at all. Retrofitting there and using the same luminaires on the new deck.
Okay, thanks. Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks for doing that.
Oh, no problem.
If no more questions, I entertain a motion to send out without recommendation, pending the public hearing for April 22nd.
So moved.
All right, I have a motion from Counselor Sims with a second from Counselor Nelms. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 4-0. Okay, thank you. I will see you in April. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we will go back to 030324, request for authorization to repeal ordinance number 2813, flood damage prevention ordinance. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. And replace with floodplain development ordinance as required by FEMA. Mr. Smith.
Thank you. So Homewood is an NFIP community, which stands for National Flood Insurance Program. So because we're a part of the NFIP, our homeowners that live in a floodplain get reduced rates on their flood insurance. So in order for us to continue to maintain that NFIP, we have to adopt these ordinances that FEMA sends us about every 2 to 3 years. It feels like the first one that we adopted was in 1987, and they've kind of trickle out a new one every 3 to 5 years. The most recent one was in August of 2021, and FEMA immediately saw some issues with it. So this is pretty, it's a new version of the existing ordinance, but it comes on the heels a little bit, with a little bit more reduced time than what we usually see. The existing one was pretty unenforceable, so FEMA recognized this, and what they do is they send this to ADECA, and then ADECA sends it to its municipalities, and gives us some options. So we can't take language out, but we can pick and choose the options that they give us and fill in the blanks. So a few changes that I'll mention are, it provides us with more language on how we can respond to a flooding disaster. There's more room for us to apply enforcement mechanisms, where in the existing one, most of it was really unenforceable. There's more language about fuel storage tanks and manufactured homes that we don't really have those communities, but we gotta leave the language in there. And then there's more direction for lots that wanna fill in the floodplain. So lastly, I'll say we're already doing these things. Sherry Williams is our zoning supervisor and our floodplain administrator, and she is kind of the brains behind all things floodplain. And we also have Shoal on contract on an as-needed basis for whenever we have FEMA questions, we go to them. So we're already doing most of these things. We got a pretty good system in place. And the new ordinance certainly helps support what we're currently doing. So are there any? I don't know that I can answer any technical questions about it, but.
We don't have a lot of flexibility with it anyway, right? I mean, it's pretty much like we have to do it. Yeah. Wish they could give us some money. I'm not on the committee.
All right, any questions? Okay, well, Andrew? All right, Mr. Bowe, Andrew is here.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion for approval.
All right. Motion from Counselor Gwaltney.
Second.
Second from Counselor Sims. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and that is 4-0, and that will go out to council at our next council meeting, whenever that may be.
Whenever.
'Cause it will not be Monday.
It will not be on Monday.
Okay, great. All right.
Perhaps it will be some other day.
Without objection, then we will adjourn.